Imagine training for weeks, months, and when you flex your arm, you realize your biceps look almost the same. It's like planting a seed and never seeing the plant grow. That was my biggest frustration when I first started training. I was making simple mistakes that completely destroyed my progress. I focused on details that didn't matter as much and ignored the things that truly made a difference. It was like trying to fill a leaky bucket. No matter how much effort I put in, nothing would accumulate. When I corrected those mistakes and started following a specific method, my body responded in an impressive way. Each week, I could see the progress in the mirror and feel my strength increasing during workouts. And it didn't take anything miraculous, just the right strategy. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how to apply this strategy. And if you want a detailed step-by-step, I have an exclusive guide we developed especially for you, but it will only be available for a limited time. The number one reason your biceps are stuck, no matter how hard you train or how many different exercises you try, it's not about genetics or some secret supplement or even the latest workout trend. The real culprit is much simpler, and it's something most people overlook. You're not applying progressive overload. This principle is the backbone of muscle growth, and without it, your body has no reason to adapt or get stronger. It's the difference between spinning your wheels and actually making progress. Think about it. If you're lifting the same weight for the same number of reps every single week, your muscles quickly get used to the challenge. They become efficient, and that means they stop growing. Your body is smart, it only builds what it needs. If you never ask it for more, it won't give you more. Progressive overload means gradually increasing the demands you place on your muscles. This could be by adding more weight, doing more reps, increasing the number of sets, or even improving your form and range of motion. The key is to make your muscles work harder over time, so they're forced to adapt and grow. The best way to make sure you're progressing? Track your workouts. Write down every lift, every set, every rep. Don't just rely on memory, be precise. This way, you can see exactly where you're improving and where you're stuck. Each session, aim to do a little more than last time. Maybe it's just one more rep, a slightly heavier dumbbell, or an extra set. Even small improvements add up over weeks and months. Consistency is what transforms your physique. Over time, these small increases create a snowball effect. What seemed impossible a few months ago becomes your new normal. That's how real strength and muscle are built, by stacking up tiny wins, session after session. Don't get lost in fancy techniques or complicated routines if you're not getting stronger. All the advanced methods in the world won't help if you're not consistently challenging your muscles to do more. If you curled 30 pounds for 8 reps last month and you're still doing that now, it's a clear sign you need to push harder. Your body has adapted and it's time to raise the bar, literally. But remember, progress isn't just about lifting heavier weights at any cost. Focus on controlled, measurable progress. Don't sacrifice form for ego lifting. Quality reps with good technique will always beat sloppy, heavy lifts. Start a training log today and honestly check. Are you actually progressing or just going through the motions? Your logbook is your roadmap. It tells you where you've been and where you need to go next. If you're not seeing improvement, that's your main problem. It's not your genetics, your supplements, or your workout split. It's a lack of progressive overload. So get back to basics. Focus on doing a little more each time you train. Push for progress, not perfection. When you consistently challenge your muscles, your biceps will have no choice but to grow. Stop overcomplicating things and start building real strength. Strength is the foundation. Build on it, brick by brick, and watch your biceps transform over time. Let's talk about rep ranges and progression, because this is where most people unknowingly sabotage their muscle growth. You might be working hard, showing up to the gym and putting in the effort, but if your rep range isn't dialed in, you're leaving gains on the table. The way you structure your sets and reps can make or break your results, especially if you're chasing bigger, stronger biceps. If you're always lifting weights that are so heavy you can only manage 3 or 4 reps, you're training for pure strength. That's great if you want to be a powerlifter, but it's not the most effective way to build muscle size. Your muscles need enough time under tension to grow, and super low reps just don't provide that stimulus. On the flip side, if you're grabbing weights that are too light and cranking out endless reps, 15, 20 or more, you're mostly training muscular endurance. That's useful for stamina, but it won't maximize muscle growth. You'll feel the burn, but you won't see the size gains you're after. For biceps, the sweet spot is typically 6 to 10 reps per set. This range is backed by research and decades of bodybuilding experience. It's where you get the best of both worlds, enough weight to challenge your muscles, and enough reps to create the tension needed for growth. Start by picking a weight you can handle for 9 or 10 clean, controlled reps on your first set. If you're swinging the weight or losing form, it's too heavy. If you could keep going past 12 reps, it's too light. The goal is to find that challenging middle ground. Stick with that weight for all your sets. Once you can hit 9 or 10 reps on every set with good form, it's time to increase the weight. When you do, your reps will naturally drop back to 6 or 7. That's perfectly normal, it's part of the process. Don't rush it. Let your body adapt and get stronger. Each week, aim to add a rep or two until you're back up to 10 reps per set with the new, heavier weight. This is called double progression, and it's one of the most reliable ways to build muscle and strength over time. It keeps you focused, motivated, and always moving forward. This cycle keeps you locked into the optimal hypertrophy zone, ensuring your muscles are always being challenged in the right way. You're not just going through the motions, you're following a proven system that guarantees progress as long as you stay consistent. No more guessing when to go heavier or when to add reps. Your training log and your performance tell you exactly what to do next. It takes the uncertainty out of your workouts and replaces it with a clear, step-by-step roadmap. This approach doesn't just build muscle size, it also builds real, functional strength and reinforces perfect form. You'll notice your technique improving as you focus on quality reps, not just quantity. Don't fall into the trap of doing the same weight for 3 sets of 10 week after week, month after month. That's a recipe for plateaus and boredom. Your body needs new challenges to keep growing. Use this progression model to smash through plateaus and keep your gains coming. Every time you add a rep or increase the weight, you're making progress you can see and feel. Remember, start at the top of your rep range, increase the weight when you can, drop the reps, and then climb back up. It's a simple cycle, but it's incredibly effective for long-term growth. This method is simple, effective, and proven by athletes and coaches around the world. It takes the guesswork out of your training and puts you in control of your progress. Consistency and progression are your best friends in the gym. Make every set count, track your progress, and watch your biceps and your confidence grow with every workout. If you only do standard curls, you're missing out on serious growth. The biceps have 2 heads, the long head, outer peak, and the short head, inner thickness. Different exercises target each head. Preacher curls, arms in front, hit the short head for width. Incline curls, arms behind, stretch and target the long head for peak. Standard curls mostly hit both in a neutral way. For full development, use at least 3 movements, a standard curl, a preacher or concentration curl, and an incline curl. Don't change exercises every workout, stick to your core lifts and get stronger at them. Every 8-12 weeks, swap in a new variation to keep things fresh. Variety plus progression equals complete biceps. Are you always training biceps after a heavy back workout? That's a big mistake. By the time you get to curls, your biceps are already tired from rows and pull-ups. This means you can't lift as heavy or perform as well, making real progress tough to track. If biceps are a priority, train them when you're fresh. Try a dedicated arm day, or hit biceps first on your pull day. You'll be stronger, get a better pump, and apply progressive overload more effectively. Beginners can stick with back and biceps days, but if you're stuck, prioritize arms. Review your split. Are biceps always last? Switch it up and watch your progress accelerate. Fresh muscles, better results. Give your biceps the attention they deserve. Training biceps just once a week? That's holding you back. Muscle protein synthesis only stays elevated for 48-72 hours after a workout. If you only train biceps once, you're missing out on extra growth opportunities. The solution: hit biceps at least twice a week. Split your total sets across 2 sessions. Don't just double your volume. For example, do 6 sets on Monday and 6 on Thursday instead of 12 all at once. This keeps you fresher, lets you lift heavier, and improves your mind-muscle connection. Use a push/pull/legs or upper-lower split to fit in more biceps. Work. Frequency beats marathon sessions. More frequent, quality sessions equal sign more growth. Adjust your schedule and watch your arms respond. Don't leave gains on the table. Here's an advanced tip that most lifters overlook. Controlled cheat reps can actually help you break through stubborn plateaus and unlock new muscle growth. If you've been training for a while and your progress has stalled, It might be time to rethink what you know about cheating in the gym. When done right, this technique isn't about being sloppy or reckless. Instead, it's a strategic way to push your muscles beyond their usual limits, especially when you're chasing those last few hard-earned reps. I'm not talking about wild swinging or using your whole body to throw the weight up. For the majority of your set, you should always use strict textbook form. This means keeping your elbows locked in place, your core tight, and your movements smooth and controlled. Perfect form is the foundation of effective training and keeps you safe from injury. But when you reach that final, brutally tough rep, the one where your muscles are screaming and you can barely move the weight, this is where a small, controlled hip drive comes in. Use just enough momentum to help you complete the rep, but don't let your form break down. Think of it as giving yourself a little boost, not a free pass to get sloppy. Once you've powered through the top of the movement, shift your focus to the negative or lowering phase. Lower the weight as slowly and deliberately as possible. This is where the magic happens. Your muscles are under maximum tension, and that's what sparks new growth. The eccentric part of the lift, the lowering phase, is where a lot of muscle damage and adaptation occurs. By controlling this phase, you're forcing your muscles to work harder, which leads to greater strength and size gains over time. It's not just about lifting the weight up, it's about fighting gravity on the way down. This technique lets you safely overload your muscles, pushing them just past their normal point of failure. By squeezing out those extra reps with good control, you're signaling your body to adapt and grow stronger. It's a smart way to challenge yourself without risking injury or sacrificing quality. Remember, only use cheat reps on your final set, and only if your form is already dialed in. This isn't a shortcut for beginners or an excuse to get lazy. It's a tool for experienced lifters who want to break through barriers and maximize their results. Think of cheat reps as a tool in your training toolbox, not a crutch to rely on every time things get tough. Use them with intention, discipline, and respect for your body's limits. If you're unsure, ask a coach or experienced lifter to watch your form and give feedback. If you're stuck at the same weight or rep range week after week, try adding 1 or 2 controlled cheat reps at the end of your last heavy set. This small tweak can be the difference between staying stuck and making real progress. Push past failure, but always do it smart. Listen to your body, keep your ego in check, and prioritize quality over quantity. The goal is to challenge yourself, not to risk injury or sacrifice long-term gains for short-term ego lifts. Sometimes, a little momentum at the right moment is the key to unlocking new gains and breaking through your limits. Don't be afraid to cheat the right way, use it wisely, and watch your progress take off. Training hard means nothing if your diet isn't on point. To build muscle, you need a slight calorie surplus, about 250-500 extra calories a day. Too little, and you won't grow. Too much, and you'll gain fat. Protein is crucial. Aim for 1.6 grams per kilogram of body weight daily. Spread your protein across 3-4 meals for best results. Focus on complete protein sources: chicken, beef, fish, eggs, Greek yogurt, or quality plant-based options. Track your intake for a week to see if you're really eating enough. Most people are surprised to find they're undereating. Fix your nutrition, and your biceps will finally have the fuel to grow. Don't just eat healthy, eat for muscle. Nutrition is the missing link for most lifters. Too much cardio can sabotage your bicep gains. Cardio burns calories. If you're not eating enough to cover both lifting and cardio, you'll lose your surplus. You can't build muscle in a calorie deficit. Don't cut out cardio completely. Just keep it moderate and low intensity. Walk, light cycling, or short sessions are fine. If you do a long run or HIIT, eat more that day to stay in surplus. Separate cardio and lifting sessions when possible. Track both your food and your activity. Make sure your cardio isn't canceling out your hard work in the gym. Balance is key. Don't let cardio eat your gains. There you have it, the 8 biggest reasons your biceps aren't growing. It's not about working harder, but working smarter. Focus on progressive overload, the right rep range, exercise variety, and proper frequency. Train biceps when you're fresh, use advanced techniques wisely, and fuel your body for growth. Keep cardio in check and track your progress. Small changes, big results. Start applying these tips today and watch your arms finally grow. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.